TikTok wasn't just an app. It was a phenomenon, a revolution that started with short dance clips and lip-sync videos and grew into a platform that shaped global culture, influenced elections, and created new economies. But now, in 2025, TikTok stands at the edge of extinction in many countries. It's facing bans, lawsuits, political pressure, and public backlash. The same governments that once embraced its popularity are now fighting to shut it down. So what happened? Why did the world's most popular social media app fall from grace? And is this truly the end, or just the beginning of something bigger? This is the full story. The rise and fall of TikTok. The beginning of a digital giant. It all started with an app called musical.ly in 2014. Teenagers used it to record short lip-sync videos to trending songs. It was playful, simple, and addictive. In 2017, a relatively unknown Chinese company named ByteDance acquired musical.ly and merged it with their own app, Douyin, to create TikTok. ByteDance wasn't just another tech startup. It was one of China's fastest-growing firms, backed by billions in funding and supported by advanced AI algorithms that could personalize content like no other platform. TikTok's recommendation engine became its secret weapon. Within seconds of opening the app, it knew what users wanted. Whether it was comedy, fashion, fitness, or politics, TikTok delivered. Global domination. By 2019, TikTok had gone viral, not just with teenagers, but across all age groups. It became the most downloaded app worldwide, surpassing Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. What made TikTok different was how fast it moved. It didn't rely on friend lists or followers. You didn't need to be famous to go viral. One good video, and you could wake up to millions of views. This democratized content creation. A teenager in rural India or a dancer in Nigeria could trend alongside Hollywood celebrities. Soon, TikTok was everywhere, in classrooms, on TV, in political campaigns, and even in international diplomacy. It wasn't just changing entertainment. It was changing power. Chapter 3. The dark side of viral fame. But with great influence comes great scrutiny. As TikTok grew, people began to notice the darker side. There were concerns over user privacy and data collection, addiction and mental health among teens, spread of misinformation and propaganda, censorship of political content, algorithmic bias and manipulation. TikTok said it had separate servers for different countries. It claimed that user data from the US and Europe was safe, but few were convinced. Reports emerged that engineers in Beijing had access to global user data. A leaked internal document even showed that TikTok intentionally suppressed videos from unattractive, disabled, or poor users to keep the platform visually appealing. The trust was starting to crack. TikTok versus the world. The first major blow came from India in mid-2020. After a deadly border clash with China, India banned TikTok and over 50 other Chinese apps, calling them a threat to national security. Other countries began questioning TikTok's presence. In the United States, politicians from both parties accused TikTok of being a spy app. President Trump issued an executive order to ban it unless ByteDance sold its U.S. operations. The courts temporarily blocked the ban, but the issue didn't go away. By 2023, TikTok had appeared in over 50 government hearings across multiple countries. Even military and government employees in NATO nations were banned from using it. This was no longer about short videos. This was about sovereignty, surveillance, and cyber warfare. The 2025 meltdown. In 2025, everything came crashing down. Several events triggered what many are now calling the TikTok collapse. A massive whistleblower leak exposed internal communications, suggesting ByteDance employees had access to real-time U.S. user data, including that of politicians and journalists. A former TikTok executive testified before the U.S. Senate, revealing how content algorithms were allegedly manipulated to push political narratives and suppress dissenting voices. Cybersecurity firms confirmed that TikTok's code had hidden data logging systems, collecting far more than was disclosed. These revelations were too big to ignore. The United States passed the Digital Trust Act, effectively banning TikTok unless ByteDance sold its stake to a US-approved company. The European Union enacted emergency restrictions, blocking TikTok from public sector devices and limiting App Store access across several countries. ByteDance tried to negotiate. They proposed building new data centers in Europe and handing over algorithm control. Creator chaos. While governments debated policy, millions of creators were caught in the crossfire. Influencers who built their entire brand on TikTok suddenly saw views drop, sponsorships vanish, and income disappear. Small businesses lost their most powerful marketing tool overnight. Some tried migrating to YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or Snap. But these platforms didn't offer the same discoverability. The TikTok magic just wasn't there. Entire digital careers were wiped out within weeks. TikTok wasn't just an app. It had become a job, a marketplace, a community. And now it was collapsing. The internet is splitting. TikTok's fall marks something even bigger. The US and its allies are demanding local ownership and tighter regulations. China is pushing for its own parallel tech ecosystem. Russia, India, and others are building national apps with state oversight. This is called the Balkanization of the internet. Just like physical borders divide countries, digital borders are now separating online spaces. TikTok's battle isn't just about one company. It's a symbol of how power, technology, and politics are colliding like never before. Conclusion: is this the end of TikTok? So, is TikTok truly finished? Not necessarily. In some countries, it's still operating, but under stricter controls. ByteDance may eventually spin off parts of TikTok to local partners in an attempt to survive. The freedom, the global reach, the wild virality, that version of TikTok is gone. We're entering a new era of regulated, controlled, and divided internet platforms. TikTok rose faster than any app in history, and its fall may be the blueprint for how future digital giants will be treated by the world's most powerful nations. The question is no longer who's trending, it's who's in control. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is the TikTok ban justified? Or is this just digital politics gone too far? If you found this video thought-provoking, hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to share it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.